Hello Triple Crew, it's ibyl, and today I'm going to be updating you all on my financial peace journey. Alright, so today's date is April the 9th, 2018. As I said in the first video that I am recording these as I'm experiencing different things, but I'm going to upload them at a future date. So when you see this, I would have already done these things months ago. That's the goal. Alright, so March, I'm going to update you on my zero-based budget. So March is my first official month of putting my budget on paper at the beginning of the month and then checking that budget throughout the month and referring to that before I make any purchase and so forth. And balancing out my receipts for my envelope system and things like that. So I wanted to share some wins. And I have my paper, so I'm going to be looking down at it. Alright, so I did the envelopes, and I had 3 envelopes. I had miscellaneous. That's kind of like my money I spend on whatever I want to. And I set that at 100, which I need to work on reducing that. This month I was planning to reduce it, the month we're in now, but I still haven't. But a win was I stuck to what I had in envelope. I did not pull out more. Also, I had an envelope for groceries, and I was actually $30. I spent $30 less than what I projected for groceries, which is a win, but I still want to reduce that grocery bill even more. And gas, I was right on target with my gas, and I didn't go over. So a win is I used my envelopes for those 3 purchases: gas, groceries, miscellaneous, and I did not go over. I even had money left over in the groceries category. I like that I created the budget, and you know, with the budget you're projecting how much you're going to spend, and being pretty good about what I projected and not having to worry or stress over wondering if I would have enough money to cover everything. So that was a win. Just being at peace about knowing that everything has been spent on paper, and so go ahead and take care of my bills. And I went ahead and took care of my bills earlier on in the month, so way before their due date, because I knew the money was there and I had already figured it out. Which before doing my budget, I would kind of just, like, I knew the money was going to be there, but I didn't know how it was going to come out, if the spending I was doing for whatever would cause me to be in a bind. But I was at peace because I knew that I wasn't spending anything other than what was on paper, and I limited what I was going to spend, and also I knew what bills was coming out when and how much they were going to be coming out and so forth, because I checked all that ahead of time. So it was a sense of peace of knowing all that was taken care of. Also, creating the budget had me to come up with ways to reduce my amount of money that was going out to bills. Also to reduce my bills. So for instance, I canceled a membership that I've been paying for the past 8 months, and I had not been using it. So if I had not been doing a budget, that probably would have passed my radar a whole nother year without me really feeling it. So me doing the budget and putting down, I'm going to spend this much for this, and any money I have left over I need to put towards something else, helped me to realize I need to cancel that membership. So I did. Also, me doing the budget made me think of ways to reduce. Like for instance, my grocery bill, I want to reduce that even more. And I'm like, okay, let me make sure I'm shopping on sales, use my coupons. Cell phone, thinking about how can I reduce that. And I'm thinking about also what can I completely get rid of as well. Like I've already gotten rid of a membership, but what else can I get rid of? I kept all my receipts for my envelopes, so at the end of the month I did a check and balance kind of thing where I totaled up all my receipts, and it equaled the amount of what I had projected, which, well, correction. So I totaled up all my receipts, but I realized, well, I totaled up all my receipts, and I realized that it allows me to match what I said on paper with what I actually spent, which was pretty good. I felt meticulous and organized in doing it, so I'm definitely going to keep up with it. because every penny matters. Every dollar, every penny, everything matters when you're trying to stick to budget and then pay off debts with gazelle intensity. Everything matters. You can't just be like, well, roundabout. Yes, I want to be exact. I felt at ease with knowing where every dollar was going. And let me go ahead and plug this. If you haven't already, download the Every Dollar app. I started using it as of April. Like, I had it in March, but I wasn't really using it much. So I started using it as of April. And every time I purchase, I go ahead and put it in the app. But also, I'm still using the paper too. I'm old school, so I still use paper, but I also have the app too. And with me doing the Financial Peace University, I have the premium account, so I'm able to connect it to my bank account, which I haven't connected to my bank account yet. I will soon, hopefully. Some goals for April. So now we're in the month of April. I've already done my budget. I did my budget before this month started, and so far good. I'm sticking to everything I projected. So I'm going to continue to find ways to increase the amount of money that's coming in, so my income. I'm looking at getting a part-time job. And you all, I have not had a part-time job since college. And in college I was like a resident assistant, I worked at the bookstore, I was on financial aid for high schoolers, and I worked at the clothing store. I had 4 jobs at one point. I don't know how I did it, but I had 4 jobs. So I was the queen of part-time jobs in college. So piecing together all those part-time jobs made me feel like I had a full-time job, which I still didn't have any money, or the fact that I wasn't doing budgets then and I wasn't using my money right. But I haven't had a part-time job in a while, so I'm going to be getting a part-time job that I'll go to after my full-time job. And my goal is to do this as long as I need to knock off my debts with gazelle intensity. I always said 2 jobs for 2 people, but I'm going to be one person with 2 jobs just to knock out these debts as quick as I can, because I don't want this to be lagging on for several years. I want to knock it out as quick as I can. I'm going to say on camera now, I'm giving myself 2 or less years to knock out all the debts. And I'll tell you all at a future date my total debt amount, but it's a lot. I can. I'm going to say on camera now, I'm giving myself 2 or less years to knock out all the debts. And I'll tell you all at a future date my total debt amount, but it's a lot to me. It's like, it's a lot to me because I don't have it just sitting in an account and I can just pay it. I got to work for paying it. And I got to crunch pennies and make sure I'm spending only what's needed and not doing any extra. Another goal for April is find more ways to reduce in each category. Like I already said, I want to reduce grocery, but what else can I reduce? Like, do I need to go ahead and get rid of my cable or internet? The only thing is that I need it for work. I don't work with it, but I'm saying when I'm not at work, I need it at home sometimes for work. And I still want to be able to upload my videos. So, I'm going to see how I can reduce the amount. I don't foresee me getting rid of it right now, because that internet is still kind of like a money maker for me. Debt snowballing. In March, I started my debt snowballing on March 17th. And as of today, April 9th, I have paid off 3 debts. 1 is consumer debt, 1 was a medical bill. Well, 2 were consumer debts, and 1 was a medical bill. And I feel good. It's not that much, but I feel good because I'm making strides and steps towards paying off things. So the total of the debts I paid off was $825.91. And I did a little picture. Alright, so debt 1, 2, and 3. And debt 1 and 2 are smaller debts. Debt 3, compared to what I have left to go, is small, but out of those 3, the third one was the highest one. And the other 2, I just called in or I did it online. So I wasn't thinking about it much. And also it wasn't as much. But this last debt, I had to drive 3 minutes away from my house to go and pay it off. And on that 3-minute drive, I knew I was going to do it. I wasn't going to turn around. I was going to pay it off. But I was like, man, that's a lot of money. All the things I could do with that money. But I thought about the fact that I done fun stuff with the money. That's why I was in the debt, because I had to use the consumer card. But yeah, I went ahead and paid it off, and I felt such a relief because that account had a really high interest. But anyway, it's done with now, and I do not plan to go back. So one thing I realized that as I get higher up I need to continue to stay motivated, because when I give over a lump sum money, whether it's a debt or what, I feel some kind of way. But I'm determined, and I'm going to stick with my goals. Show me some love in the comments below for paying almost $1,000, paying off $825.91 so far. I'm going to continue with gazelle intensity. I'm determined to knock out this debt. And I've heard so many stories of people who have followed this plan, and specifically it's Dave Ramsey's plan, and I'm on baby step 2. So people have followed this plan, and they've shared how they've gotten out of debt. And I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it too. And if you're watching the video and you know you have some debts that you're ignoring, they're still active, but you feel overwhelmed by the debts, know that if you come up with a plan, not come up with a plan, but if you follow a plan, that you also can knock out your debts. I've heard so many stories of people doing it. You can knock out those debts and then be on your way to building wealth. I hope that this video is inspiration to you to look into who is Dave Ramsey, what are the baby steps, and if not that mode, find another mode to get out of debt so that you have a sense of peace. You don't feel like you're living from paycheck to paycheck. You don't feel like you're overwhelmed because you're always paying debt. And also to give yourself some discipline where you're not getting yourself into debt. And if you come into the video and you don't have any debts, my advice to you is do not get any. You do not need a credit card. You do not need to get a store account. Cash is king. Use cash everything. Cash flow everything. You don't have the money, then you're not getting it. And if you find that you don't know where your money is going at the end of the month, and you have more month left at the end of your money, if you find that you don't know where your money is going at the end of the month, and you have more month left at the end of your money, then you need to be doing a budget. And I hope there's something in my video that has been inspirational for you. Comment below if you're on your financial peace journey or on a debt-free journey or wherever you are, and let me know anything that stuck with you, touched you, anything you relate to. Let me look at my list real quick. Alright, so for my debt snowballing, I was able to do this by creating a budget so I know where my money's going, how much money I would have left over, and paying more than my minimum. So with debt snowballing, you pay your lowest debt first, and then you pay your second debt, and then your third, and so forth. And it's ordered based on lowest to highest. And so whatever the minimum and whatever overage you have, you would pay it on the first one until that one's paid off, and then you take that amount that you would put towards that first one along with the minimum or whatever overage you have and put it towards the second one, and then that minimum for the second one and whatever total it was to pay that one off, and you put it towards the next one. And each time you're freeing up money because you're no longer paying the minimums on those cards, so you can put more towards those higher bills when you get to them. There's tons of videos on here about debt snowballing. My main purpose is to share with you all my experience, my perspective, but if you want to know the nitty gritty, there's more videos about debt snowballing. But if you want me to make one specifically, I can, but I just want to share some of my experiences. I also ended unnecessary spending, so I'm not just going out to eat just to do it. I cook at home and I have leftovers, and that's what I eat. I'm not just going up to the store to buy smoothies, because I can, for the price of one smoothie at the store, at the Baskin Robbins, I can make probably a whole week worth. So I'm just being more wise with my money, and I'm feeling really good about that. I've adjusted my budget as much as I can so far to squeeze more out of what comes in, and yeah, I'm excited about the things to come. I'm focused and determined. Let me know in the comment box below anything you would like to share, or just say what's up. You all remember to keep it fly, keep it fabulous, but in keeping it fly and fabulous, be smart with your money. I'm not going to be able to show the full outfit. I may insert a picture, but what I'm wearing today is all thrifted. And I didn't thrift it recently because, like I said, I'm on a spending freeze per se. I'm only spending, like I told you, my miscellaneous was $100 Other than that, I have specific amounts going to things, but I don't have a clothing budget right now. It's not on the budget at all. But in the past, when I thrifted, these items came together. So I have this green cardigan, long sleeve. It has pockets. I have on this button-down shirt, polka dots. It has a little tie around the waist. You probably can't see that. And I have on khaki colored dress pants. All of this was thrifted. I'm going to try to insert a picture, but I'll show you the pants before I cut off the camera. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.